Most of us exist because someone had sex. But much like Bush's presidency or Ed Sheeran's musical talent, sexual health is something we have a hard time talking about honestly. In fact, only 22 states in this country require sexual education in high school, which means we aren't preparing people for the realities of adulthood. Or even puberty, because sometimes it's really scary to pop a boner in middle school algebra class and not know what the hell is going on. So today, we're going there. Pop a squat, because we're talking about things you never learned in sex ed. Let's talk about your penis. Look, I've got one, and even I used to think that dicks were boring and smelled bad. But that's just because I was using it wrong. Besides getting it swollen and, smashing it on things, most men know so little about the many wondrous uses of their penis. Here are some I have learned. First, you can name them. One time I dated a guy who named his after the Roman Emperor Augustus, but in retrospect, this was probably a sign we were gonna break up soon because honestly, who wants to blow an Augustus? Second, they save animals. Cosmetic companies all over the world pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to test their products on circumcised foreskin instead of rats. But if you kept your foreskin, congratulations, because you have 100,000 nerve endings on the end of your penis. I don't. Thanks, Mom. Third, you gotta clean that shit.
Y'all need to wash under y'all damn nuts and go all underneath the crack round the back of y'all nuts, all around your dick too.
And finally, they have their own specially sized sleeping bags called condoms. But some dudes don't like wearing these because honestly, what's the appeal of coming in a stiff Ziploc bag? But actually, they're really stretchy, so use me. Vaginas. Sure, they're where babies come from. But if you were suddenly a very tiny Uber driver in a vagina, and somebody asked you to take them from the labia majora to the clitoris, would you know where you're going? Would you know what to do once you got there? Would you know how much to charge in fare? Laverne, help!
You have your vagina proper, then you have your clitoris. The urethra is located between the clit and the vagina inside the labia minora.
For real?
For real.
Even if you don't want to, it's impossible not to know what a penis looks like. They are on textbooks, bathroom stalls, and politicians everywhere. But some people haven't even seen their own vaginas, much less been taught how to navigate them. Which is a bummer because, surprise, people with vaginas feel pleasure too. They even masturbate. And honestly, sometimes they have to because y'all don't know how to diddle the f***ing bits. According to a Cosmo survey from 2015, 67% of women reported faking an orgasm, and 72% reported that they had a partner climax who didn't attempt to help them finish. I'ma say fake it till you make it is not a great rule of thumb here. We aren't all porn stars, and that's okay. Sex is different for every person, so before you assume that someone's down to try the reverse cowgirl spork machine you saw last night on YouPorn, consider the fact that adults around the world have been turning to porn to fill in gaps left by their sexual education. Let's be real here for a second. That sets wildly unrealistic expectations. Watching porn to know how to have sex is like teenage me watching Queer as Folk to learn how to be gay. Were we all supposed to be fake and make bad hair choices? In a 2013 TED Talk, Cindy Gallup, founder of the website Make Love Not Porn, says that because talking about sex isn't socially acceptable, a lot of us take our cues about intimacy from porn, a form of entertainment that leaves out all the parts of being an actual human being. I guarantee you that the next person you sleep with won't be moaning yes every 3 seconds or smiling if you get semen in their eye. Actually talking about sex. In August of 2015, John Oliver taught us that of the 22 states that do require sex ed, only 13 require medically accurate information. Even as adults, it's hard to know how to ask for the right information. Let's look at HIV prevention as an example. A recent study showed that only 1 in 3 physicians knew about Truvada, a drug approved by the FDA and shown to be up to 92% effective in preventing HIV. That's like going to a Golden Corral and finding out that 1 out of every 3 locations is hiding the soft serve. While Truvada might not be for everybody, there were almost 50,000 cases of HIV last year in the US alone, and 23% of those were Latinos. We're also a population less likely to have consistent access to healthcare. Condoms are still the only surefire way to prevent the transmission of STIs, but when we aren't having honest conversations about how we and stuff, we miss out on actually knowing all our options. How to eat da booty. Who's having salad for lunch? Ever since Brian Williams had to watch his daughter's ass get eaten on an episode of Girls, I feel like straight people have been fascinated by it. As artists like Sisqo and Janae Aiko can attest to, no body part is more beloved in pop culture than the booty. But what if, like Kia, he or she asks for the neck and back? First of all, good. Be more explorative. But second, before you take a trip to the grocery store with a double-decker cart, make sure you know what you're getting into. You gotta clean the kitchen before everyone has cake, unless you're really into chocolate sprinkles. And if you're putting anything up there besides a tongue, you're gonna need 2 things: a little bit of patience and a lot of lube. If you need any help cleaning out, just grab the nearest gay guy and be like, what's up with that dude doing the weird yoga poses on the back of the green box? He'll know what you mean. Look, whether you're waiting till marriage or you're the mayor of Grindr, how you do or don't have sex should come from informed decisions. And that means talking to people about it. Hey, is there anything we didn't cover that you're curious about? If we left you with any burning questions or a burning sensation when you pee, let us know in the comments below. But seriously, if it burns when you pee, you should go talk to a doctor. I don't want to deal with that.